Welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve.
Hey, we're doing it.
We are doing it.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Trying to Be Better podcast with Joel and Steve. We're trying.
Well, yeah. I mean, a little dicey sometimes.
Yeah, that word's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Oh, God.
My name is Joel.
And I'm Steve.
And this is our podcast. Did we record last week? I don't even remember.
I don't think we did.
We took the week off.
Yeah.
So welcome back, everybody. Thanks for your patience.
Yeah, and continued support.
Uh-huh. Find us on social media, TTBB podcast, or Try to Be Better podcast on Instagram, and then ttbbpodcast@gmail.com.
We really need to work on our branding.
I know.
And Blue Sky, we're on Blue Sky now. And
whatever that is.
Went back to, there's a Facebook page now just to get, the boomers in.
Oh yeah, because that's what we need.
Target market, right, exactly.
I'm just racing through any sort of housekeeping we have to do because we have an awesome guest, and I just want to get that over with. Is there anything?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm going to hand it to you because you booked this amazing guest for us, and I'm going to let you take it, Steve.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll back up just a step or two. It was at the Frostival Festival thing in Omaha 2 years ago that I first saw the band Wyrmwood, and it was on a really great bill of music. I mean, every band was just phenomenal, but Wyrmwood stuck out in a way that was just unique and kind of special. Like, so they just kind of caught my attention, and so I'm very excited to get to know your singer-songwriter, Cole Eisenmenger, and I really hope I said that right.
You did.
Excellent. All right. So anyway, I'm stoked to talk to Cole and to get to know him and a little bit more about Wyrmwood. Cole, welcome to Trying to Be Better podcast.
It's good to be here. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, right on, man.
Glad you're here.
I think, first question is are you from Omaha? Are you like an Omaha native, or are you a transplant, or?
I am a Norfolk native, actually.
Okay.
So, yep. I was born in Kearney, but my family, both my parents grew up in Humphrey, Nebraska, which is about 30 minutes from Norfolk, and they kind of settled down there when I was really young and grew up, went there, got real into music and drama and the arts kind of in high school, and then ended up moving to Lawrence after high school to study. Yep, Kansas. Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Went to Weird Lawrence, and kind of found myself there.
Keep Lawrence weird. Keep Lawrence weird.
Keep Lawrence weird. That's what I have. Yeah.
Right.
Similar to Austin, man.
Right.
Yeah, got to keep that place weird. It got less and less weird as time went by. Actually, while I was there, I feel like the music scene, like one of the companies, the production companies that put on shows, kind of went under right towards the end of my time there, and the music scene started to go down a little bit. So I'm hoping Lawrence is doing good these days, but yeah, it was good times there overall. I got to study music therapy there, and that's what I do for a profession now.
Cool.
I'm a music therapist here in Omaha for a hospice company called Endless Journey.
Dude,
wow,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think I've seen videos of you doing that, or at least one.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool, man. Anyway,
yeah, I really enjoy it. I don't know what I can't see myself doing anything else at this point.
Right.
It's been a good career for me.
Well, what a beautiful way to make a living.
Right.
Yeah. So I have some connections I grew up in Columbus, Nebraska, so that's in the same sort of vicinity as Norfolk and Humphrey. These are places that I've definitely been around, and they're big enough to have cool folks that want to do cool things, but also small enough that everybody doing it. So
right.
I like that. That's great. So what?
How'd you get from Lawrence to Omaha?
So I guess my first job was in Omaha, after school. I moved to San Diego for my last 6 months of school, for an internship. Sure. And, got my clinical hours in and then moved here. for my first job, and that one lasted like a couple of years, and then I ended up going full time with the hospice company. That basically I was working for a middleman company that was charging a lot, and I was getting very little. And most of my work was at this hospice company, and they're like, "We want you," and so they kind of poached me. I'm not gonna lie. went against a non-compete, and they tried to sue me. Long story, but
oh wow.
Didn't work out for them.
No. What a weird world to get involved in a lawsuit about, that's wild.
Honestly, it was really, really weird, man. Like, it felt like very gatekeepy, like not allowing me to like progress.
Yeah.
And,
if they can keep you, down and keep you generating all that revenue for them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, all they were doing really, it was very impersonal. That like my boss lived in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
My true team was like this hospice team. I was going there every week to meetings, and it just felt so weird. Like, and then just people trying to like, or like my old boss just trying to, blame me and make me feel like a terrible person for like stealing their contract and all these things. It's like, no. I'm getting paid per session. I'm not getting paid salary.
Yep.
I'm losing 75% of my work if I don't go with them. And so, like, I don't have any income. It's like, I don't, and then you're going to try, I don't know. We don't have to go too far into that, but yeah.
No. That's, I understand.
Salty Sunday this morning.
Yeah, right.
That's actually, I have no idea how right on time that is with us. So.
What really grinds my gears about, no, let's not do it. So what, I'm sure that you grew up a musician listening to music and playing music and learning music because the Wyrmwood music is so expansive, interesting, multifaceted. I want to talk about that, but I didn't know that you did music therapy. Can you talk a little bit about like what were some things that led you to that path versus just like only thinking of yourself as a musician for just musician's sake? Like what about that world, that work called you to do that? Because that's as an artist too, like when I was coming up, I'm a theater artist. I always kind of was curious about drama therapy and studied some of that stuff. And so that was one of the paths I was considering taking. Can you talk a little bit about what led you to that?
Yeah. So my senior year, I kind of knew I wanted to do something with music. I was looking at either music education or music therapy. I knew I wanted to do something with music to affect people's lives. And I didn't know in which way yet. So my senior year, I started to, I was a teacher aide for a junior high class for my music teacher. And I just kind of experienced how much those junior high kids were just tearing him apart and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. like, and even teaching, like, I don't know, I've even figured because I've tried to teach guitar and stuff before, and it's just not really my thing. I just kind of figured out through my experiences that wasn't my calling. And so I didn't know for sure about music therapy either. My mom heard about it from do you guys remember Gabby Giffords, the Democratic congresswoman from Arizona? Yeah. She got shot in the left hemisphere of her brain, had a frontal traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
She had a huge story on her I think ABC put it on, just talking about music therapy and how much it helped her get her walking gait back. And and how much music therapy collaborated with physical therapists and occupational therapists, and it's a huge story. And that's what really kind of got me looking into it. I was like, oh, this is cool, And so then I went to Omaha and shadowed a music therapist at Omaha Public Schools. And I was like, this is really cool. This lady's working with people with disabilities. There's so many different routes you can take within the field. And so just seeing that and seeing that there's not just one thing, it's not just rehab, it's not just working with disabilities. It's, whereas like teaching, if you go get a teaching degree, you're going to be teaching junior high, high school, elementary, it's kind of like set,
Yeah.
That was kind of attractive to me, as far as not really knowing what I wanted to do yet, but being able to have that open expansiveness on where I wanted to go. So I went and explored that, and I stuck with it. And
So
here I am.
I'm fascinated by this because I'm thinking about my wife's uncle who died of cancer probably about 10 years ago now. And music at the end of his life was so powerful. And we got to be there with him in his final days. And I'll never forget him, like the places he would go listening to music from his past, like Fleetwood Mac's Albatross, that song. Like, I watched him sort of transform in the end of his life. What sort of work are you doing with hospice folks and music? Like, I'm just curious about that.
Yeah. So it's
work.
Absolutely. It's all about what music was in the patients that I'm seeing in their lives, basically. So as a general rule of thumb, if I'm seeing a patient, who can't really communicate with me, someone who has really advanced dementia, perhaps like they're in a home and their family lives out of town, that happens a lot, like, I'll sometimes consult with the family to find out like what their preferences are and really what their history of music is. Otherwise, when I assess, I kind of look at what the era was when they're like 15 to 25 years old. Like, I've found like oftentimes that's where the bulk of like our huge influence comes from. I know I can speak for myself. That's a huge part of where I form my my preferences in music. So I come in and I use music in various ways. Sometimes it's just sitting at bedside and playing, that's therapeutic in itself.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little bit more, we're using techniques like using tactile stimulation and different forms of stimulation to help orient them, help kind of bring them in. And the music is great at that. Sometimes the music, you just use, you always try to use the music to meet a patient where they're at. I'm not going to come in and like someone's feeling all anxious and start playing Kumbaya,
or like somebody who was, came up in the 40s, 50s, 60s and be like, have you ever heard of Cannibal Corpse? I thought maybe Cannibal Corpse might be interesting. Right.
Oof. Yeah. Never done that one.
Good.
It's a funny idea though.
Right. Death metal? Is that going to?
Yeah, death metal. That goes with death, right?
Right.
Yeah, right.
No, but I've used songwriting before with patients as well. And then also getting families involved, like it's super important in hospice, the grieving processes that families go through. And you can target that with music. You can do legacy projects. Like I've done heartbeat recordings where I mix in some really special songs. More often than not, I record the songs myself and then attach them in GarageBand. Just do like a simple, just kind of keepsake for family. I've had a family put that recording in like a bear before. Like,
oh wow,
get a bit, yeah. And so like it just for their kids, this was for a pediatric patient because Endless Journey has the only pediatric hospice program in Omaha. So I'm seeing lots of kids all the way up to I've seen like a 103-year-old lady before. So
wow,
yeah.
It's
very interesting.
The memory patients like Alzheimer's or dementia. Have you seen somebody like you're playing a song from those formative years and it like gets through to them?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
That's awesome.
So many times like I go in there and the patient has like word salad, just can't really communicate, sometimes silent, can't even talk at all. I've seen music bring them they'll start mouthing the words, and then you can encourage them to make the sounds and go further. And yeah, I've seen people who are nonverbal start singing whole phrases, whole verses of songs, whole choruses.
Wow.
Yeah, right with you. And then seeing the light in their eyes, that's another thing, just kind of pop up a little bit, instead of like sometimes you go in there and they just see through you, these people. And music can just connect them.
Yeah.
And research shows that when you are actively making music, you are literally making neural connections in all the hemispheres of your brains. I'm not talking just a few. I'm like, you are making those connections, and that is a huge explanation for why some of these dementia patients are finding these abilities to sing again, to connect again. And I even seen after songs, after they sing, like they'll be able to maybe talk a little bit afterwards and stuff, and it brings it out. So yeah, it's not just the music; it like makes that connection, and then for a moment there, they can be there with you in a way they haven't for a while.
So that actually explains a lot. I really had, like I said, I don't remember who posted. Somebody posted a video of you doing your work on Facebook a while ago. And I thought, oh my God, that's amazing. But I didn't know that's what you did. Right? I thought you were like visiting somebody, you know, which you were. But
that might have been it might have been with Mitch Getman and his kid.
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah. Was it pretty recent?
3 to 6 months.
Yeah. That's probably when I went to the hospital and visited my friend's kiddo. That was just a visit, just to go support them at Children's. But yeah, I have had some videos posted before. Like families will post it. I never obviously do for HIPAA reasons and stuff, but if families choose to, you know,
but that really, the fact that you do that for a living and you're trained in that and you have all those wonderful experiences that I'm sure affect you. I don't see how they couldn't. You know, you walk out of the room thinking that was, you know, what a way to be, you know. Right. So pivoting a little bit to Wyrmwood, that now makes a lot of your songs make more sense. And just in the sense of like, how does he, because I'm always wondering, like I can play the guitar and I can kind of play the piano. I'm a musician, but I'm not a songwriter. So I'm always fascinated by people that can do that and that do it well and interesting, you know. And so that you having that incredibly deep experience with songs and music and knowing what it's capable of doing beyond just like, fuck yeah, that rocked, you know, which I also appreciate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Wyrmwood digs in pretty deep. And that's one of the things that kind of caught my attention, you know?
Yeah.
So how did have you played in bands this whole time? Was Wyrmwood something that you built? Did it fall together in Omaha? Like what was the genesis of that?
Yeah, Wyrmwood did form in Omaha, like post-pandemic.
Sure.
My main project before that was Mr. E and the Strings Kite.
Oh, sure.
And that was me and my wife's project that we kind of wrote together. We did some of her songs and some of my songs too. But
you guys still kind of work together, right? Musically?
Oh, yeah.
Like she sang actually on your last single.
Yeah.
Yep, she sang on the last single. And we're actually working on a new album for her on her project called Little Rooms, and I play bass in that band.
Nice.
Cool.
And it's a really cool project. She's kind of got a Courtney Barnett kind of vibe to her a little bit. Like it's a little more indie, like, and it really tickles that side of my music taste. Like getting to play bass in a band like that, just kind of like groove underneath it. It's a new experience for me, and I'm really enjoying it. So
what are those? What are those? You mentioned it, but I'm curious as a part of the genesis of all the music you've made. What are those? You know, age 15 to 22 artists that formed who you are as a musician? Because mine is right above me, right? Pearl Jam is like, you said that. I'm like, yeah, they hit me at a time when I was a young teen, and it's like never not going to be a part of my DNA. It's wild how music does that.
That's a good question. Yeah. I would say my first huge concert I ever went to was at the CHI. It was Rush in 2010.
Yep.
My dad took me to that, and so that one sticks.
Your dad's all right.
Yeah.
My dad got me into some like classic rock and Rush. Like he got that prog taste for me going. And I also saw John Mayer that year too with my buddy. So like always loved him. Yeah. I loved Coheed and Cambria back in the day, kind of that kind of proggy. I like the emo stuff a little bit too, like back in high school. And then late high school years in college, I started more getting into like indie folk, like the Fleet Foxes, Grizzly Bear, Bon Iver, just to name a few. Animal Collective. I was obsessed with them for a while. Some of those kind of folkier, but kind of like wild psychedelic projects, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then that led me eventually to like, you know, making friends in college. Some friends who also like love the Grateful Dead and Fish and Widespread Panic and all that stuff. So, yeah, one thing led to another, and that's kind of what formed. I really, late, like towards like 20, my late like 23, 24, 25, I really started getting into a guy named Steven Wilson. I don't know if you guys know him from
No.
The band Porcupine Tree.
Still, no, I love this.
Yeah.
I'm writing this down.
Okay, yeah, check them out. Porcupine Tree for sure. Yep, Porcupine Tree. They are, it's just a really cool prog band. Like, this guy's a master mixer, engineer, just like, he does it all. Composer, just like, in my opinion, of modern day prog, like, he's the fucking man. Like,
Okay.
like, he's worked with like Michael Eckerfeldt from Opeth. I don't know if you know that band at all. Yeah, a little bit, and it's definitely like heavier, like some metal and stuff involved in that too. That's another one I listen to a lot is Tool and like System of a Down in high school, like that kind of stuff. Like, so.
Well, I just love all because, I mean, that's the thing though. It's like I think my music taste got really formed in the early to mid to late 90s, and it was like everything. And then there was a time where it's like you had to pick a lane or something, and I'm like, no, like my tastes span all of what you just mentioned, and sprinkle in some like early 90s like hip hop and rap. So like,
yeah, me too. I got into Tribe Called Quest and stuff, like, and all that. Yeah,
yes,
like, love that 90s hip hop stuff. Like, and mine's pretty expansive too, my tastes as well. So yeah,
that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
I listen to one band. It's called the Grateful Dead.
No, you don't. You listen to more. You do.
What about you, Steve? What were your formative bands?
I grew up on Townie butt rock, and then but I'm old enough that like when I was a kid, KFRX, the top 40 station, played Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
So like that really was informative. But then it always happens. You know, one of my neighbor buddy kids' older brother had a friend that was into Cabaret Voltaire and you know, hardcore punk bands, right? And so through that, I got turned on to like I latched right onto Black Flag. They terrified me, but I also couldn't stop listening to them, you know. And then I also went through like the Smiths for a minute, you know.
Yeah.
I can't fuck Morrissey, but anyway, Johnny Marr's still, he's the man.
Yes.
The Police. Forget about
it. God.
I could listen to Stuart Copeland just all day, every day. You know,
I could listen to his hi-hats forever.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
He almost, So, and then, you know, I got turned on to the Dead at a really important time. You know, my first show was at RFK Stadium in 1990, and you know, they cracked out the Big Dark Star and all that, you know. I mean, I literally looked at my buddy Gary, who had been to one show before, so he was the expert, you know, and I turned to him and I said, I really wish they'd play some nice music.
I thought this was a hippie band. Yeah, what are we doing here?
I mean, like Mickey Hart was just knocking my dick in the dirt. And, you know, it was just horrible and amazing, you know, so that was really fun. And then, like, I saw the Garcia band 25 times between 90 and 93. So, like, I miss that dude a lot. But I also, like, Joel is really, like, I was not into the Seattle grunge tip at all because I was knee deep in the Dead. And, you know, I didn't, like, whatever, you know. Yeah. And, but through Joel, largely, like, I've come to appreciate a lot of that music. And so, you know, I'm kind of like, well, you're never late to the party, but I'm coming in, you know, as people are leaving, on a lot of music that's really been really fantastic. So,
yeah. Well, it's never too late.
Yeah, it's never too late. I mean, that's the thing. It's never too late. And music is like, and just hearing your journey as a music therapist and as a musician, I want to talk about Wyrmwood too, but like, music is the closest thing the closest like tangible thing we can see to actual magic, like on a neurological level, like you explained, but just as like time travel and like entering a timeline and leaving it at any point. Like music is all of those things.
It's audio, magic for sure. Like, and working together and making music with people. Yeah. That's another thing. Like,
oh my God, it's alchemy. Kind of it's real alchemy.
It is.
Yeah.
You are combining energies in a way that you can't well, think about it. When you're communicating and talking with somebody, you're just talking to one other person, right? Mm-hmm. If you're making a music with a 6-person band, you're communicating with 6 people at one time. And you're like creating this really beautiful space for other people to enjoy and be a part of it too. You can, go to San Francisco this summer, 50,000 people or whatever, 60,000 people all involved in that, and it really is like hippies talk about like that oneness and like music does that.
It does.
That's not bullshit. Like that is not some hippie bullshit.
Not all music does that. To be clear, not all music does that. But the music I like does that.
Yeah.
I think there are. I don't know, man. I push back on that because I think that even the music I don't have a taste for. If people, that's the thing. Like, I really want to. When I was listening to Wyrmwood, I really want to see you guys play live because I'm listening to it. I'm like, I really need. I have an experience with this, but I really want to have the experience with you in the room. But I feel like people that go see fucking Dierks Bentley are all having.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, just to be.
I understand what you're saying.
It's like go to Dierks Bentley song and they're singing every single word to this. Right, yeah. Or like Billie Eilish. I went to see Billie Eilish, which was a fantastic show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I took my daughter to see Olivia Rodrigo at the CHS.
Oh, she was fantastic.
She was amazing. That was like one of the best shows.
Oh, she's a rock star, dude. Like, she's been, yeah, and then, but like the whole entire crowd, I wanted everyone to shut the fuck up because Billy's got Billy's got such a tender, like like kind of whispery voice, and then you got all these terrible singers all around. Like, shut up.
I saw Bela Fleck at the Rococo Theater in Lincoln like forever ago, 2000 maybe, and he literally stopped the show and said, "Look, we're playing acoustic music up here, and y'all need to. It's really distracting. Like we're playing very complicated, very intense music, and when you guys are sitting there talking, it's really distracting, and we're not going to be able to play."
Yeah,
and I was like, my man.
Yeah.
I was like, shut the fuck up. It was great. Yeah. So anyway, so you guys have put out how many full-length albums?
We've done one full length and we did an EP before that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You got to tell me about the bobblehead. What was up with the bobblehead on the cover of, I forget the song.
Yeah. So the bobblehead, I got that always with the intention for this album cover. Like it's part of the concept of the album. And I used it within like a single that I released earlier in the year as well. I took it to JCPenney's and it was called Give Myself Away. And I just like took a picture of it, of me handing my bobblehead to this like mannequin.
That's right.
Wow.
I look like a freaking freak in there. I tell you what, the looks I got, man. I should have went to Lovers Luxuries instead.
Oh yes.
Right. Or Spencer
all of a sudden I was in Benson weeks later after, and I saw Lovers Luxuries with all these sexy mannequins, and I'm like, why didn't I step in there and get myself away to one of those?
Well, maybe it could be the continuing adventures of the bobblehead.
Yeah.
There's going to be there's room for more adventures with the bobblehead for sure. But this in particular, the album cover, I created kind of a shelf scene. I took some different trinkets and different like tokens that I've collected in my life, and put them on the shelf at my friend's house. My friend had this really perfect shelf for it, and then we did a little like a fisheye photograph of the shelf.
Yeah.
And included was this jar where I pickled myself because and
awesome.
there's even dill inside of it, and it had a really cool effect. But really, what it's about is the self-preservation of ourselves and how we try to contain all of our experiences in life. And so these songs in a way are a container as well. Like that container represents all the songs, all the experiences, everything we've ever done. And towards the end of the album, there's a song called Expiration Date. And in that song, I bring in the character Pluto, who's the godhead of death in mythology. And he comes in, he opens the jar. And the jar is supposed to be, sealed and preserved. When you open that, that's when you allow, the liquid to evaporate, to start to decay and just accept your demise, right? And so me being in hospice, obviously I'm around it a lot. You think about death, you're around it a lot. So this album has a lot of themes around death and also us trying to self-preserve and preserve ourselves away from that, right? In Western culture, like we don't, so often we're scared of it and have so many feelings beyond it that aren't acceptance and just and pure, just being okay with it, So my hope for this album is that it hits people and people are more okay with death and whatever that is, death to a relationship, death to your own earthly body, your death to whatever that is. Like you can make that own meaning for yourself, but there's a lot of songs that center around that in it. And so I'm hoping it's a healing album for people. This isn't just like a rock and roll album. This is supposed to be very introspective. Supposed to put it, in your living room, just sit there and listen to it with your headphones on or on wax, because we're gonna have a double vinyl available.
Oh, good.
Well, so that's like back the album, the Jump in the Water record. I had ordered a copy from you, and then it kind of sat for a while because I don't really do that a lot. Like I'm kind of moving, right? But we got snowed in one day last year, like not going to work kind of thing, and then I just saw it sitting on my, records to play thing. I thought, today's the day. I'm listening to it, and I put it on and sat down and was just immediately transfixed. Like I love the production. I love the songwriting. It immediately took me to just a special place. Like, oh, this is okay. We're not just rocking out here. Like this is, it's a vibe, as my kids would say. And,
it is a vibe. Like I was listening to a couple of your top songs on Spotify and this morning, and I had, because I was reading some morning books and just having some coffee. I was up early, and like I was like, the sun was shining through the leaves in my backyard, and the shadows were dancing on my dog's face and on my books and on my coffee cup. And I'm listening to this expansive song. I don't even remember which one it was. And I was like, this is the song for this. This is the song to just sit, have a cup of coffee, and watch shadows dance on your coffee mug and on your dog's face. Was
it Her Breath Is the Wind by chance?
God, I don't think it was.
The chorus of that goes, it's about the sun peeking through leaves.
Oh my God!
On her face. Yeah. It's about my wife, but yeah.
Well, I have to listen to that one.
Through leaves and the sun peeks through leaves and it shines on her face. She looks back at her shadow and grins.
No, I hadn't made it that far.
And then it says, "For she is the dew, and her breath is the wind."
Oh my God!
Yeah, I wonder if it was that one.
I don't think it was, but holy crap! Like, But that, I mean, the audio experience was one that was very allowed for space to just sort of be where you were. Like it wasn't your music was, and track after track. Like I just listened to some of the top songs, and I'd listened to the Jump in the Water album a few weeks ago, and I just listened to the top songs as a refresher. But your music, song after song that I listened to, it does kind of allow for this space, like your lyrics sort of write around a feeling. The sonicscapes are around something. It's not Black Flag, obviously, but you know what I mean? So it's not forcing itself for its attention. It's allowing you to be a part of it in a way. That's when I really thought, I'm like, God, I got to see these guys live to really get the experience.
That was my experience at Frostival, and I've seen you guys one other time since, and I can't remember where it is because I don't have a memory. But at Frostival, I remember because I was surrounded. I mean, you were sandwiched in between a bunch of bands that I either knew or like Powder Blue, like the Ween guys.
Yeah.
I love that. Like that's so. Like I love that there's a Ween act in Omaha.
Me too.
Yeah.
Gosh, I love Ween.
Yeah, same. Ween's they're the best.
Yeah.
But so when you guys took the stage, and at the time, like I was going through, to put it mildly, a transition phase in my life, and so like Frostival was kind of in a weird way, like a coming out party for me, I guess, and it was really fantastic. And so you guys, I was not familiar with at all, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna check out Wyrmwood, and I just remember standing there thinking, like, I had this feeling of. Like, it was all very familiar, but not exactly what, like, my brain was saying, oh, this is like that, or that's kind of like, because I do that, right? Like, just saying, like, well, where does this fit in my brain, in my mind grapes? And you guys didn't, right? And that was really, because it was, like, familiar, but in a almost, well, this is where kind of Tolkien core comes in, but it was, like, almost like I felt like we were entering the Shire, and then almost like David Lynch in mind visuals, right? Because it was so close, but yet not. And so it created this, not dissonance, but like a sheen of welcome to the dollhouse kind of thing. Like welcome to the Shire. Like, so it was really kind of not unsettling, but, and not like, oh, fuck, I want to, let's do this. It was more like, okay, all right, we're being invited in, we'll go in. And so that was really like poignant, I guess. I was like, oh shit, this is something else. It was really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I don't, Joel, did you coin Tolkien core? I don't even remember anymore.
I think it was you, but I think that it's what's awesome, and I agree that there's a, like, I need to tell you a tale. That's kind of what I hear sometimes in the song. Like, that's why the Tolkien core, I think, sometimes makes sense. But I don't want to label you, because there's some jazz stuff, but there's also that folk expansive.
Like I hear Little Crosby, Stills and Nash.
All-time favorites. Yeah,
sure.
And there.
And one of the, I can't remember. I think it might be your current signal. I'm like, this could be a Ween song.
What Lies? Yeah.
What Lies?
Yeah. That's one of my favorite releases that I've done so far.
Really great.
So the album is called Shelf Life. I don't think I mentioned that. And that the first track on the album is Shelf Life, and that is the most Tolkien core song I have ever written.
Just so you guys know.
Okay.
Nice.
You guys will know what I mean when you guys hear it, but
can't wait.
All right. Yeah.
It goes from, like, it starts out kind of sounding like Billy Strings a little bit, maybe like kind of bluegrassy, that kind of influence. And then it goes into, like, straight up kind of like a surf beat, and then it goes into straight up like sea chanty, Irish, like, a cappella section where we do a round, and then it goes straight prog all the way to the end. Like,
holy shit,
it's insane. Like, it's one of the most insane songs I've written. But
so we go from the Shire to Mount Doom. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, exactly.
Fuck yeah, I'm in. Oh, that's great.
It starts very Shirey, man. Yeah. And then we end back in the Shire too. The last song is a very folky. It's actually, I wrote it a month before we went into the studio, and I'm like, this has to make it on the record. Like, this is the complete. It's called Crawling. And that one, that's a favorite for sure. But and then the album ends in I created like a Mellotron soundscape with my like, I probably used like 20 tracks, just different sounds on my Mellotron, and then created this like kind of like reprised ending. So it reprises the Shelf Life song at the end, but in a kind of like strings and flutes and like no lyrics, just
wait a minute,
takes you off,
Do you have an actual Mellotron? Or
I fucking wish someday. No, I got the digital version.
Like
Yeah. I'm not a plug-in, no.
Oh, really?
an actual keyboard.
Oh.
It's a Mellotron brand. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's great.
So you know about what the Mellotron is, right? Mm-hmm. And the mechanism and everything. Yeah. So this is just it's the master tapes, basically digitalized.
Okay. Oh God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the Mellotron
it's got 100 sounds in it, and you can for another $500 you can buy the SD card that gives you 100 more. I haven't done that yet, but that one's got.
But wait,
really
there's
cool,
more.
Yeah, no, that one's got like some of the Genesis ones in it, like the really like some very artist specific master tapes. Like, so someday when I get an extra 500, I'll grab that because that's pretty cool. But
so this album's the sales are gonna do so good, you're gonna actually get a real Mellotron, maybe.
Oh man, let's hope.
Do you
get the John Paul Jones model?
Oh shit.
John Paul Jones model, eh?
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool. Do like the Rain song, isn't that? That's one of the coolest Mellotron parts I've ever heard.
Agree. Yeah,
Rain
that's such
song.
an amazing instrument. Just the concept of it.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
so like, did you write all of this prior to going into the studio, or did you have sort of general structure and then the studio helped you work it all out? Like, what's the process with this record?
I wrote all this. I had each side planned out. So before we went into the studio, I actually recorded all my guitar parts.
Oh, wow.
And did some scratch vocals so I could just play producer and just sit back and be like, yo, like making sure everything is up to speed. And that's the first time I've done that. I've always done like live tracking before. And I really like this experience of doing it that way because the guy I work with, Ian Aiello, here in Omaha, me and him get along real well and have really developed a good chemistry. He mixed the last album too. He didn't record it, but this time he recorded and mixed it.
Nice. And
that was just a great experience. We went to Make Believe here in Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
And they got some great gear in there. And it was a really cool experience. Like,
so do you consider Wyrmwood primarily a studio band?
I would not. I would say we are equally live in studio. This is our first like super studio. Like the last one I feel like was pretty live sounding. We had some overdubbing and like there's one solo that got kind of glitched out. Our mixer actually kind of did like this reversing. Like, I don't know if you can remember in the song Desire, I think it was, where he like kind of reversed some of these guitar and like kind of pieced it together. Like really cool studio magic kind of stuff. He kind of did that, but this one, man, like we have tons of guests on the album on this one. Like we have Oliver Craven from Sierra Farrell Band. He played fiddle he's the violin on the single that we released. Sure. And then he's also on another song. And then we have Mike Robinson, who also just joined Sierra Farrell's band. And he played with Railed Earth. He's Railed Earth's like pedal steel and guitar and banjo player.
That's a nice pedigree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I met him randomly. He after a Railed Earth show at the Slowdown, he came up to me after. He's like, dude, I kept looking at you in the audience. He's like, you look just like John Bonham. I had a 70s like shag cut at that time with
that's
the
where
bangs and everything.
That's what you were sporting when I saw you guys. At that time.
Yeah. So he came and he's like, let's get a picture. And so I got it, and then we became friends on social media. And I was like, yo, would you ever like track on any of my stuff? And he's like, yeah, dude.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so he laid down pedal steel and banjo on one of our songs. That's kind of a Crosby, Stills and Nashy kind of vibe song. Kind of sounds like it could be on Deja Vu. I would say like
awesome,
like that kind of vibe, you know. And then we had like the horn. We have our absinthium horn section on like 6 of the songs. So lots of horns. Kristen's on the album. Who else? Put anybody out? No, lots of really good guests though. Yeah, like
And when does it drop? Like when do we get to hear all this?
November 21st is when it drops, and we're doing a show at the Slowdown.
Cool.
To celebrate, and that's gonna be with Funk Trek. We're gonna be the middle band, so
nice.
It goes Problems first, and Problems is
yes,
yeah. You guys know Problems.
We love Darren. We've had him on. Darren's one of our favorite people ever.
Yeah, totally. Heck yeah. So he's coming in from Chicago and gonna throw down a fun set, and then we're gonna get up there, do our
That's
thing.
a hell of a sandwich you got there.
Right?
Darren, and then you guys, and then Funk Trek. That's beautiful.
Just for the record, I think Funk Trek's amazing. Those guys are so good.
Yeah, they really are.
They're so tight and just fun and damn.
Totally. And that's what I want. I want the party to continue. Like we're gonna our set, we're playing just the album straight through. It's an 83-minute album.
Nice.
So we're just gonna play it straight through, we'll be done. And then I want to party and I want the vibes because we're kind of heavy. It's gonna be it's a very heavy album, like the subject matter.
Sure.
There's not a lot of there's not a lot of dancey tunes. Like there's a lot of like, you know, head swaying tunes and stuff. Like like you said, like you can kind of get transported there if you choose to, you know, if you want to get immersed in that. But it's not gonna be like funk. But I want Funk Trek to bring that kind of dance party after, like kind of change it up a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to feel those feelings, you know, because that's my hope. I just want it to be kind of a cathartic experience for people. That's what I want to do with music.
Well, so you have Problems as the like palate cleanser.
Yeah,
they're the first band. He's the first band. Yeah, see, palate cleanser. Yeah, come in, just kind of be lighthearted. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Lighthearted, kind of a little dancey, and then we're gonna, you know,
do your thing.
Then we'll do our thing, and then kind of back into it. So I think it'll be a interesting. I don't know. I think it'll be an interesting night of music. Yeah.
That'll be a great journey. That's a great trip. Like, get punched in the face by Darren, and the song's about his dog and hot dogs and stuff, and being covered in glue, and then
in glue,
and then go on a whole journey from the Shire to Mount Doom, destroy the ring, and then party.
Yes, dude.
That's a great party.
Yeah, dude.
That's a story in itself, man.
I know. I'm stoked.
Don't miss this, folks.
No, do not.
Yeah.
So is that you doing that show the day the album drops? On the 21st at the Slowdown? Okay.
That's correct. Yep. And we're going to have a whole new merch line. I'm having Kevin Lang here in town. He's making a bunch of tie-dyes, and we're going to
he's great.
Screen print Wyrmwood on it and stuff. So
cool.
Have some real like one-of-a-kind shirts. Literally, like each one will be unique.
Oh,
got some new hats with leather patches on it. New stickers, you know, the vinyl CDs, you know, I'm coming in hot with some new merch for the show.
So why don't we have hats with vinyl patches on it? Or
because we're not as cool as Cole is.
Oh, come on. You guys are awesome.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to tour is that a thing you do? I mean, I know you've got a full-time job. Like, are you going to try to share this stuff as much as you can? Are you going to get out?
Yeah.
Are you going to tour around at all?
That's definitely a goal. This spring into summer, I would like to do like little week or 2-week runs here and there.
Cool.
I'm going to save up some PTO and get that done. My company is luckily very chill. Like, even if I wanted to probably take a little non-paid time off, like, they would let me because
that's good.
I've been there for a while. We just have a good relationship.
Yeah.
So definitely something I want to do. I've never hit the road like that before in my life, and it's what I want to experience. At least for a time. And I want to get it out there, man.
I get to spend a week, 10 days in a van with like 7 dudes.
Yeah,
sounds amazing.
Man, what? Yeah. Nothing.
So we're kind of starting to wrap up our time here. We want to respect your time, and Joel, I'm teeing Joel up to ask his questions that he always asks.
I always ask because I'm always curious. It's like I grew up, like with inside the actor studio as a young actor. I was always just glued to that. And what's his name always had questions. These are not those questions, but I'm always curious, especially anybody we talk to, like, what are you currently reading, listening to, watching? Like, what are the things what are you into right now? Like,
right.
Yeah. Right now I'm like, I'm reading the Dune series because I've never read them. So like, what are some things that you're consuming, interested in, listening to right now that really kind of get you going? So it could be books, TV shows, movies, music, whatever.
Yeah. This fall I've been rewatching some of like the Alien films. That's been really fun.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So that's been a good time. As far as music goes, I've really gotten into this band recently called Improvement Movement.
I know that name, but I don't know why.
They're the best band in the world right now. I tell you guys what, they are phenomenal. They came to Power and Progress this year actually and played.
That's why. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I discovered them. I was at a Fish show coming up on some trippy stuff, and and I heard these songs on the PA, playing before, and I was like, "What is this?" So I Shazammed it. Me and my wife were laying there just in the grass, like it was at Deer Creek,
Nice.
waiting for fish to start, and I was like, who are these guys? It sounded like Simon and Garfunkel, like meeting like Crosby, Stills and Nash, like all the favorites, but new still though. Like just something about him was so magic. So I looked him up and I discovered their improvement movement. They had like 2,000 followers on Instagram at that time. Like very little known. They're like this band out of Atlanta, but sure enough, they're like touring all over now, the small clubs and everything, but they're a band to keep on the radar. I feel like
Cool.
they could take it there and get huge, but oh my gosh, their lyrics, just their musicality, their harmonies. I haven't heard vocal harmonies like that years. Like they're just like the best. So I've been preaching the word of improvement movement, and they kind of have a culty shtick to it. Like they kind of lean into that, like it's the improvement movement. Join us, like
right.
Joel and I can't relate to that on any level.
I love that shit. There was a time when like the polyphonic spree was going on. Like I should just join that and do whatever that is. That's what I need to be doing. I need to just join that cult and follow them around. But improvement movement, got it.
Yeah, it's
Love
great. So they've been loving that. As far as like listening to like, I watch like the Daily Show. I get a daily dose of not daily, but like Daily Show. I like to listen to John Oliver, and then I also like Tim Dillon. I don't know if you guys have listened to him before.
That is.
He's kind of like a rage, kind of like some people would consider him leaning right a little bit, but like I would say he is quite neutral. Like he really just this really smart comedian who's hilarious. Like
Okay.
just like very
Tim Dillon.
He says shocking stuff, but like it's like this guy's funny as hell. Like there's something about him, and then like I gotta get my balance, in this world. Like I don't want to just get one. I can appreciate it all, and he doesn't talk all politics either. But he's just a funny dude, and so I subscribe to him once in a while. And
Nice.
Get a little bit of him in, and more than any, I'm more of I like to listen to like audiobooks or podcasts more than I do reading. My ADHD with reading, it's so tough for me, man. Like holy crap. I wish I was a better reader, man. Like
that's like I bought. I listened to the first Dune book because I wanted to read them, and I bought the second one to force myself to do it, and it's tough. Like it's like I used to love to read, but it's like you're right. Like
hey, when I was a kid and I was on meds,
right?
Right.
Maybe if I want to read, maybe I just need to start taking Adderall. I don't know.
Oh god.
Sure, I could. Doc would give me it.
Right.
But I don't. I got away from that stuff when I was like 21. So.
What's an audiobook you really dig lately? Or
I haven't listened to an audiobook in a while, actually.
Can I answer that question?
Sure.
Because I just finished A Cartoonist's Life, which is a biography of Robert Crumb.
Oh yeah.
And highly recommend. First of all, he's a character to say the least, and second of all, it's a really excellent history of the United States between like 1920 and 2022.
Nice.
It's a really well written book, and the guy kind of the writer / reader. Every once in a while, I think he gets a little apologist for Robert Crumb because whoa, there's a lot happening there. But overall, it's fascinating and occasionally really hilarious. So
nice.
Yeah, The Cartoonist's Life.
Cartoonist's Life.
All right. What was Improvement Movement? I got to listen to some improvement.
Oh yeah, the album Slump. It is best album of 2024 in my opinion.
Well, if it's good enough for Fish to play like between sets, it's good enough for me. I'll take it. I mean, your recommendation too, but
and I heard they're still playing it too. Like my friend Josh told me, he's like, dude, they played it again before the show. Like they're still getting it out there. Like
that's good.
Yeah, whoever the sound guy is, whoever's running it out there, must be a huge fan or discovered him.
Right on. Well, anything else that we need to know about Wyrmwood or you? Anything? I mean, so the show is at the Slowdown on the 21st. The album comes out the same day. I'm assuming you can get tickets through Slowdown's website.
Yep. Or you can hit me up. I got some fee-free tickets too that I can just put at will call for you. Yeah, I got some hard copies. So, yeah, you can DM me at Cole Eisenmenger.
Cool.
Or Space Cadet 1992 on Instagram.
Space Cadet 1992.
It's my birthday. Yeah, and then we do have more shows. We got that weekend. We're going to be at the Bodegas.
Cool.
On the 22nd.
Cool.
Floyd is playing that night, so we decided we're going to do like the Floyd after party, you know, after the bourbon, and play the album in its entirety as well.
That'd be good post Floyd.
Kind of like 8, right? Like we'll play like 11:30 to 1 o'clock, you know, for anyone who wants to stay out late. And then we're going to Norfolk the next day to play at this little intimate Wyrmwood listening room.
Nice.
My friend Woody. My friends Woody and Bonnie Hinkle, they have this property right outside of town in Norfolk, and they've had little festivals there and everything. But this is just a little room that they put together, and they a little Sunday kind of listening room thing. It's not, less of a party, and you just kind of go and sit down and like it's a very intentional thing. Like he even like writes about it, you know, in his descriptions, like, you know, like this isn't to go party and talk, like this is a music experience. This isn't to be with it.
Yeah, I love
exactly.
That.
So we'll do something like that. Yeah. So it'll be good a little mix of first show will be, you know, like more of a venue, then we'll do a bar show late night, and then we get to go do like a listening room experience. So I think that'd be a fun weekend to get it out there a little bit.
That's awesome. Great. Well, dude, thank you so much for this,
thank you guys for having me. This was fun. Nice to meet you, Joel.
Yeah, good to meet you, Cole, and I can't wait. Can't wait to see the band live. Can't wait for the new album. And thank you so much for talking to us. We appreciate it.
Anytime. Right. Hope to do it sometime again.
Love it.
Don't forget, toot your hooter.